All right, we're here with LA Game Night, and I am back with the Pytheas team. The room just sounds eerie and terrifying. Got a great little atmosphere back here. But from the podcast, we're here with Matthew and my good friend and LA Game Night just alumni. You've been coming to all of them, Phil. We're here to talk about Pytheas and the team that you guys have, specifically where you guys all come from. You guys work at colleges, you work with a lot of students, you've built a pretty awesome team of everyone I've met. Tell us a little bit about the idea and directing a team to come up with an awesome VR game like this.
Yeah, so actually Phil and Patrick Powell, one of the other directors, were the onus of this game, and it was from LCAD that this was actually birthed as part of their master's thesis. But when they thought of the idea, they were like, well, this could be a lot bigger than just a school project. So they brought me aboard as a producer. And what we've done is that we've built out a team to be able to actually bring this to players and actually develop it over a longer term production than just a semester or a year-long project. And we built the team around using students from USC, LCAD, across the country, and industry professionals. They're all just really passionate about bringing this type of psychological horror to VR.
Yeah. Now, we spoke on the podcast that you guys can watch. You can get a hold of it. It's on the Patreon page. Phil, tell us a little bit about your role and how you work with the team.
Sure, yeah. So I'm the creative director of Pytheas. I'm also a game designer. So basically, we're using the Unreal Engine. I've been using that for about 11 years now, really close with the Epic guys. And, we basically, like you said, it was part of our MFA thesis. And basically, we decided to expand out and see, connect with our large network and get an awesome producer on the team here. And we've basically we're in pre-production right now. It's kind of basically it's gone a lot of iterations in a very short time, but we have a lot of great potential with the team we've got now. We've got a great group, and it's looking really good.
So I have a question. When you're working in VR, how has it been trying to come across as a psychological thriller? Is it been an advantage because you are in VR, or has it kind of been? Does it kind of hold you back because the options are limitless in a way? How has that been with this? I call it a new media because it still hasn't really hit the market that well. Do people receive it, and do they really get freaked out?
Yeah, that's a great question. We'll design something in pen and paper and test it out. Like, we'll have great audio, great art, and then we'll put it in VR and it just doesn't work. Right. So having that iterative process is essential because you're right, it's a new medium, and especially if there's a point in the game that pulls you out and you're like, wait a second, I can realize I'm just playing a game at this point. We need to keep that immersion. And that's just through testing and testing and testing, and a great team that can spawn new ideas as we go along.
It's also been difficult because, the hardware, it's not really all that common that the general public has this kind of hardware. Yeah. So I think, it's a good price point. I mean, the price is coming down. I think you can get a Rift for like, $350 now, which is a lot less than it used to be. But you got to get a computer that's going to run it. So the computer that's going to run it's going to cost you at least $1,000, maybe $1,500. So, not a lot of people have the equipment. In fact, a lot of our team members don't have the equipment. So it's hard to have them play test their own stuff. So it's been a bit of a learning curve with that.
Yeah,
so
that's a whole new set of challenges because it's not like you can just throw on Unity or Unreal and you can just file share or anything. And that's one thing that the more that I get to play VR and the more that I love to showcase it here is I want to get it in people's hands. And as the technology grows and Oculus and Vive kind of get where they are, or Hive, it'll drop that price point because it's just such a great way to play a game. And I think it lends so much more to the industry because it's a new way to tell a story. And I think you guys are doing great work. I'm yet to play the game. I'm not big on scary either way it is, but I will do it. You guys have been awesome. Your team is incredible. A lot of really great names involved. Thank you so much for being a part of Game Night. Great. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
awesome.
it,
Awesome, guys. All right. We'll talk soon.